Welcome to the very first set of playoffs of the FnF Oreburgh Gate Draft League preseason. This battle is going to be featuring Sir Roland's team, which is Gulf Coast Early Birds, versus Noel's team, which happens to be me, my Coronet. This is the very first set for playoffs in the quarterfinals, so this is sure to be an interesting one. Sir Roland is showing that he brought his team to playoffs with a very impressive performance. Noel also joining playoffs, me being Noel. I'll just say me and I. But yeah, so going into this, we're going to, let's just say the Z Crystal Pokemon, Torracat with Z Attack, and Feebas with Z Any, and then Apom with Z Attack, respectively. So overall, this matchup looks really interesting. I did already play this match, but just from a first glance, Torracat does look like a very promising Pokemon in this matchup, especially because it has access to Outrage, great speed, and attacking stats. Luxio is also a very nice wall breaker. It can deal some big damage. It looks like Noel's team, or rather my team, has defensive options and offensive options. Pokemon that can kind of do both, so we're going to see how those Pokemon are used, and we'll jump right in, shall we? Alright. Okay, so we're going to begin, and Noel sends out II the Apom, whereas Dangerous Roselia is what sends out for Sir Roland. II is going to go for the U-turn, which does 40%, a respectable amount, and Marshall the Hakamo'o comes out. Toxic Spikes are now up on my side of the field. Dragon Dance is going to go up for Marshall, and Giga Drain not going to do much damage to Marshall. Marshall pretty safe, especially since it does not get hit by Sludge Bomb because of Bulletproof. And an Earthquake is going to take out Dangerous Roselia, and the score is 5-6. Hamburger the Arcan comes out, but one Drain Punch is going to be all it takes to take down Arcan. Its defenses are pretty frail. The score is now 4-6. Blue Mitochondria, the Duosion, comes out, and Marshall, the Hakamo'o, is going to switch out, and in comes Wichita, the Murkrow, immune to that Psyshock. Amiibo, the Torracat's going to come in, and Wichita is going to set up a Calm Mind. A Leech Life will do about 20% to Wichita, who has decent defenses, and a Dark Pulse is going to bring Amiibo down to 25%. Flare Blitz, though, hitting like a truck, bringing Wichita down to 34%, but one more Dark Pulse is enough to take down Amiibo the Torracat. Score is now 3-6, and Feeble the Feebas comes out. Wichita goes for the Taunt to try to prevent the Z-Splash, but it does not work because Z-Splash overrides Taunt, so Feebas is now boosted up 3 times. Iron Jaw the Mawile is going to come in to reduce that by a little bit, but a Waterfall is still going to do a whopping 60% to Mawile. Can't take another Waterfall, so Hakamo'o comes in, getting poisoned by those Toxic Spikes and taking another Waterfall. It's going to do about 21% this time to Marshall, who takes it pretty comfortably. It is now at 66% and poison. Feebas is going to set up a Substitute, try to wait out some poison damage, but that Drain Punch is enough to break the Substitute. Marshall does take a little more in poison than originally had, but Feebas goes for the Swagger this time, confusing Marshall, but Marshall overcomes that confusion and goes for the Drain Punch. A self-hit on the confusion would have been pretty devastating for Marshall, and the score is now 2-6. In comes Sparky Jr., the Luxio, and a Swaggered confusion is going to cause Marshall to hurt itself. Fire Fang is a move used probably to predict that Mawile switch in. Now Sparky Jr. is burned. Marshall is not confused anymore. Pretty dangerous. The Earthquake is enough to take down Sparky Jr. And the last Pokemon coming out is Reuniclus, Blue Mitochondria, to face Marshall. And Dragon Claw does big damage, bringing it down to 33%, but it does survive and goes for the Flash Cannon, taking down Marshall. And the last Pokemon to come in is II the Apom, getting poisoned by those Toxic Spikes, but Knockoff is enough to take down Blue Mitochondria, and that is the match. It is a 5-0 score for Noel's team, my Coronet, versus Sir Roland's team, Gulf Coast Early Birds. What an interesting match. I think Hakamo'o really got a lot of momentum with Dragon Dance, and there weren't really big counters to it on Sir Roland's team. So in the next match, definitely I think some counters to Hakamo'o would be really good. But overall, really interesting match and some interesting strategies. So let's jump into the next match and see how that one goes, and I'll see you there.